So you bought a beat online and you want to add your vocals to it. How do you get that perfect 2-track mix when all of the music is already mixed and probably mastered? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do it. Before we get started, we have a little business to attend to. In this video, I'm going to show you how you could win a Focusrite Scarlett 4th Gen solo audio interface. Not only does this thing record excellent vocals and other instruments, it comes with everything that you need to get started recording, mixing, and mastering your own music. It comes with a couple of DAWs, a bunch of plugins, a bunch of instruments, a subscription to Lander Mastering, and so much more. Somewhere throughout this video, I will drop all of the information on how you can enter to win. But in the meantime, let's jump into the DAW, and I'm going to show you how to mix something called a 2-track mix, which is just basically a pre-done beat and your vocals. All right, so full disclosure, I did not purchase this beat. This is a beat that was custom made by Sentimental. I actually mixed it and mastered it, and I recorded the vocals. However, I'm going to use this beat to emulate what it would be like to purchase a beat online. So I rendered the beat fully mastered and mixed, no vocals whatsoever. This is how you're going to receive your beat online. There are a couple things that you can do before purchasing your beat that will make your life a little bit easier. First thing is you want to listen to the beat, because if you're listening to it and you're like, well, this kick's a little loud and this snare's a little loud, or I don't really like how the bass sits in the mix, you have zero control over that once you hit download. There's nothing you can do. You could do a little bit of EQ on the beat to kind of take some of that low end off, but if you pick a beat that you like how it sounds right from the jump, your life is going to be a lot easier when you go into this process. Second thing is to make sure that you're downloading the WAV file and not the MP3. If you're downloading the MP3, you're getting lossy audio immediately, and it's really hard to recover that in a true mix. The next thing is when you drop that beat into your DAW, it's probably already mastered. So here we have our beat and it's set at dead zero, and it's going to be extremely loud. So if you listen to, you can even see this loud part here. If you listen to this, it's going to be very loud. And you're already going to be peaking out before you even put some vocals on it. So there's an easy way to fix this. All you do is you go to this meter and you're just going to turn it down. Probably about like -9 to -12 dB. You just want to drop that beat immediately. The mastering process is going to be a little bit different with these things. So don't worry about loudness right now. Worry about balance and making sure that your vocals are sitting in the mix instead of on top of the mix. Now you'll be able to hear that sound difference. That's a more manageable volume from the jump. You'll also notice that when you record your vocals, you want to make sure to give yourself a lot of headroom. You don't want to record your vocals too loud. You want to make sure that while you're recording, the meter is bouncing between -12 and -8 dB, around there. That gives you plenty of space to add effects and everything that you need later. So we're just going to jump in with this pre-chorus here, and this is how it sounds dry to the beat.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
All right, great. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to open up a little bit of EQ. We're going to hit play, and what we're going to do is we're going to do some high passing. We're going to do some nasal area scooping and a little bit of high lift just to get the vocal to sound a little better.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
Next thing we're going to add is just a little bit of compression. We're going to use the R compressor by Waves. This one's just going to grab our big peaks.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored.
And that just gives it a little bit of control. The next thing that we're going to add is a de-esser by Waves, just to get some of those harsh Harsha. Just to get some of those harsh S's out. That's really hard to say.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back.
just to get the slack just a little bit more maintained. Next, we're going to add the virtual mix rack by Slate Digital. And this is what I like to use in my vocal chain. We have a virtual preamp because this one was recorded directly into the interface. So sometimes a preamp can add a little bit of saturation and a little bit of boost into the vocal. Next, I have the FG401 compressor. This is going to be grabbing just a little bit more, and I'm going to use this for a little bit of makeup gain. I'm going to be using the Revival because I really like the way this sounds on Cinnamon's voice. It has the thickness and the shimmer, so we can bring some of that high end up as well. And then I'm going to be using just this high lift. I'm going to add a little bit of brightness into this vocal because this beat is so dark and low, and this will allow her voice to cut through just a little bit more in the mix without adding too much air and making it sound harsh. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit while it's going here.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't hand. I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
I think that sounds fantastic. Then I'm going to add this RVox by Waves just to get that vocal a little bit more present.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
All right, that sounded great, but it's sounding a little loud. So now we can go and adjust our beat. So let's turn our beat up just a little bit to match this level.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack.
What you're looking for here is you want to make sure that the snare and the kick in the beat are matching that level of the vocal. So making sure that that snare hit is at the same volume as that vocal. All right, let's take a break from mixing the song and let me tell you how to win the Scarlett 4th Gen Solo. All you have to do is smash that like button and leave me a comment on this video. It can be any comment, you can say whatever you like, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Then visit dankstudios.com/contest, which is right here, dankstudios.com/contest. Fill out the form. It'll ask you for your name, your email address, and your YouTube name so I can make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you have left me a comment. This contest will go on for 3 weeks, so the winner will be announced on April 24th, 2024. So you have until then to enter. And I want to give an extra special thank you to my friends at Focusrite for sponsoring this video with this special giveaway. All right, back to mixing. What we have to do now is get our blending game on because we don't have any control over this beat. So we really got to blend in those vocals. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this track. You've seen me do this in previous videos. And I'm just going to go here and I'm going to remove the RVox, but leave everything else. And I'm going to add a doubler. I like the Metatune doubler, but you can use any doubler in your DAW. We're going to make sure that I'm not tuning any of these vocals. I just want to use it for the doubler. So we're just going to bring this out. It's going to be very loud together, and then we'll blend it to taste.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
Excellent. It's blending it in, but it's not super obvious that it's there. Then we're going to create a bus track, double-click anywhere in Reaper, and drag and drop. And we're only going to be creating this bus for the main vocal, not the Metatune double. And this is where we're going to add a little bit of delay. So I'm going to use the Comeback Kid by Baby Audio, just because I like the features of it. We're going to turn the ping pong on. We're going to bring this down. Let me bring this up just so my face isn't in the way. We're going to bring this down to 1/32. We're going to do a high cut and a low cut. If your delay doesn't have these, you can add a little bit of EQ before the process to get rid of those highs and lows. A big problem that people face when they are mixing vocals is that really dirty delay where you can hear all the sibilant stuff. We don't want any of that in there. We want it to be smooth and nice and warm. We're going to use the ducker as well because that'll take off that first consonant or syllable from the delay, and we're going to turn the feedback down low. And this is going to sound kind of loud, and then we're going to blend it to taste.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk, won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored.
And that's just creating this like fake blending action that's bouncing the vocal all around underneath the beat to make it sound like it was all recorded at the same time. All right, next we got to add some reverb. So we're just going to create another bus track, and we're going to drag and drop just the main vocal into that reverb. We're going to use the Verb Suite Classics, but you can use any reverb that you want. And we're going to turn down the highs and the lows. Again, if you have a reverb that doesn't have these settings, you can put some EQ in before it. I might actually EQ this reverb if it doesn't sound right because we're extra sensitive on the blending today. We're going to turn the decay up just a little bit. I'm going to give it a lot of pre-delay, which means that the reverb's going to come in like a hair before the vocal actually starts. This will also help with that blending as well. Chorus to make it a little bit big and wider to make it super wide. Then we're going to hit play and adjust to taste.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk, won't cut you no slack.
I'm going to solo the reverb just to make sure that those high sibilants and boomy lows aren't cutting through too much, and we might have to EQ it.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of that S in there, so all we have to do here is we're going to add an EQ, and we're going to do a big cut right here. We're going to do right here. We're going to play that.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk, won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
What that's doing is just getting rid of some of those sibilants and making my reverb a little bit warmer.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk, won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
Now we're going to go use our ears, and we're going to kind of manipulate this beat with the vocal. We can either turn the vocal down a little bit or we can turn the beat up. I always like to turn the beat up because it's already loud, and so you're squashing it less if you can just turn the beat up.
I'm taking 2 steps forward, no steps back. Firm walk, won't cut you no slack. You'll never get bored. You ask for the meal, but you can't handle the snack.
Then we would just go through each one of these vocals and repeat that same process on every single one of the vocals. I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions about mixing beats, vocals, anything like that, just go ahead and drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. And who knows, I might make you your own custom video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, if you want to enter to win the Focusrite Scarlett, go ahead and visit dankstudios.com/contest and fill out that form. And in the meantime, why don't you check out one of my other videos?